All right, testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks like we're doing okay at this point. On just a little bit earlier, later, whatever it is, it's a new year. Trying to get things straightened out here so that we have everything ready to go. Welcome back. It is a new year. It is New Year's night, I guess it is, and also looking at some quiet conditions for now. But we could be looking at some severe weather into the course of the next several weeks. And that is important because we'll be talking about, again, severe weather potential out there. If you are going to be doing anything in the way of getting ready for severe weather purposes, we would like to help you do that here on News 12, so definitely want to stay tuned for more on that. I'm Chief Meteorologist Austen Onek. I'm trying to get things reset. We have had a lot of problems here getting things ready to go, and unfortunately, I think, hopefully, maybe we've got everything lined up here. Let me check audio real quick. Okay, sounds like audio on Twitch is working, and let's see what's going on for audio purposes on News 12. And no idea why it's so dark on the camera. Apparently, sorry about that, but we'll have to get that taken care of here in just a little bit. All right, that should do it. I think we're ready to go. It sounds like everything is where it needs to be. So welcome to the show. We are live, at least on the early portion of Thursday evening. It is just before 10 o'clock, and I don't know how long we're going to go on this, but if you have questions, again, please drop them into the comments section, the chat function. We are live on Twitch, and we are also live on YouTube as well. We have, let me see if I've got it on there. No, I do not anymore. As of this evening, and with full permission, dropped the Twitter account. News 12 still has its Twitter account. I am lobbying against us keeping the Twitter account because Twitter is a dumpster fire and for many other reasons should not be kept. So I've gotten rid of my Twitter account, so you'll no longer see me on Twitter. Yes, I know it's supposed to be called X. I don't care. It's always been Twitter to me, so I'm just going to call it that. And since I'm no longer using it, not going to be having any problem talking about that anymore. Let's go ahead and get into it. I'm not too sure if we're recording at 10 o'clock here or not, but if we are, I want to make sure that everything is taken care of beforehand. So let's zip through a few things. Anthony Wheeler from Chattanooga, thank you very much for your picture of Fall Creek Falls. That is our HEP heating weather window picture of the day. Thanks a lot for sending that in. If you've got pictures out there, we would love to see more about what you're seeing. Send them in to us by email, drop into our social media pages. Again, News 12 is still on X at WDEF News 12 if you would like to check that out. Or again, go to our weather window headquarters at WDEF.com/photos. Add to that, and if I can find it back here real quick, if you'd like to go to our Vote Now poll page, you may take your chance and select your favorite of the 5 pictures from this last week, including the one from Bocephus in Chattanooga of a funnel cloud. We'll be, again, posting this tonight, and you can vote through the weekend. All you have to do is go to our website, WDEF.com/vote now, if you'd like to check in and see which one of these 5 from the past week is your favorite HEP heating weather window picture of the day. And we'll be glad again to see you vote on that if you'd like to take a look at that. Almanac page, again, we did manage to get to the low 60s earlier this afternoon, so we were decently a category above normal for this time of the year. Already starting off on a dry note, we're behind for the month and the year already on precipitation, and we could definitely use some more out there. Taking a look at a couple of our cameras. Island Cove, a little bit of a breeze stirring up the surface of Lake Chickamauga, but otherwise not really looking at too much of a problem out there. We should note again that all of our weather cameras are available on the EPB fiber optics excuse me, WeatherCam network. I don't know what's in the air tonight, but it's bothering me. Again, EPB weather cam page at wdef.com/weather. I don't think ragweed is available this early in the year, but man, it is something else. Taking a look at where moonrise was earlier today, beautiful view from the Bailey's Heating and Air camera over downtown, looking back to the northeast, around north and south towing camera, Ruby Falls, Broad Street from the News 12 Studios camera, looking up at Lookout Mountain, and showing again some quiet conditions there, and also again some fairly quiet numbers. Not seeing any problems with travel tonight. Dry roadways, good visibility, looking good on the Tomahawk crane and rigging camera. Temperature, as the time we are speaking here now, we are back into the mid 40s with calm winds, so not that much to worry about in the way of a wind chill. And again, seeing some very mild temperatures out there for this time of the year. Again, 30s, close to freezing in western North Carolina, 30s and 40s elsewhere, and 40s and 50s, high 40s to low 50s over parts of northeastern Alabama. All of this here is the News 12 viewing area with Chattanooga right there in the middle. So if you'd like to see more about that, again, all you have to do is go to our webpage for more weather information and see what's going on there. Traffic moving along pretty well for tonight. Again, not seeing any slowdowns or problems there. We do have, again, some quiet conditions for now. All the way across the area tonight, we do have very quiet numbers out there. And why isn't this working? There we go. A bit of a lag on the computer. Winds generally out of the southwest, again bringing in some fairly dry conditions out there. What we are going to see into the next couple of days, we've got a storm system that will be moving our way, and again another system off the west coast which could be giving us some problems. This next storm system here over parts of the mid-plain states, working together with high pressure, will be channeling moisture up this way, so we will see the best potential of showers, maybe some thunderstorms coming our direction into Friday afternoon and evening, overnight into Saturday, and then temperatures again will be quite mild as we go into the early portion of the weekend, and seeing some not too bad temperatures tonight. Chilly, yes, but not seeing any freezing conditions around parts of northeast Alabama, northern parts of Georgia, high 30s to lower 40s, back into the lower to mid 30s, again pretty chilly for western areas of North Carolina, and then back in the high 30s and 40s for much of southeast Tennessee, lower 40s for the River Valley, a few mid-30s for the higher elevations into the plateau and back toward the Appalachians. That'll be the coldest numbers that we see so far, so that'll be the worst of the worst. Dry air will be staying in place for now. Again, so far looking at no major problems taking place at this point for us. Again, maybe some thunderstorms by Friday, but most of what we're looking at for right now is going to be rather mild and not seeing anything really huge taking place just yet. This is severe weather season, and that is important to note, which I'll bring up here in just a little bit if we have time. Numbers again going forward, full wolf supermoon taking place tomorrow night, but with clouds and rainfall possible, I doubt we're going to be able to see a lot of that. And the quadrantid meteor shower peaks early Sunday morning, by which time it should be clearing. It'll be chilly, but at least it'll be dry. And then our next chance of just rain comes up as we go into around the area of next week, the first full week of 2026, and very mild temperatures, not seeing any big cool downs coming through, no huge amounts of chilly conditions out there all the way through the rest of the forecast. So no Arctic air coming our way, no snow, no winter weather precipitation. That's good news. But again, for right now, temperatures will be quite well above normal again, like they were going into Christmas. So very nice way to start off 2026. Again, that should help out by just a little bit. Severe weather season for this area of the country is right around the corner, and now, when nothing is going on, is the time to get ready for severe weather. There's a volunteer organization called Skywarn. They've been around since the 1960s. I'm a member. I have been since I was in fourth grade, fifth grade, somewhere in there. And coming up in the near future, sponsored by the National Weather Service in Huntsville, Alabama, the first of the in-person Skywarn meetings for this area covered by the News 12 signal into Northeast Alabama. Jackson and DeKalb counties in the Northeast Alabama area will be having your first in-person Skywarn training taught by the meteorologist and personnel of the National Weather Service in Huntsville at Northeast Alabama Community College, Rainsville, Alabama. Again, that's Thursday, January 22nd, 6 p.m. Central. This is totally free. This is all paid for by your tax dollars and my tax dollars, and in my not so humble opinion, this is a very good way to make certain that our tax dollars are spent. NOAA does a lot more in any way, shape, or form, talking about more than just climate change. That is an absolute fact, and members of a certain project who would have you believe otherwise, think that they're dangerous to America because they talk about only climate change, are wrong in many more ways than just that. So this right here is a very good way to make certain that, again, people stay safe, and this is a great way to learn about severe weather and how to stay safe on things of that nature. Doesn't look like we're doing an update here at 10 o'clock. We're right past 10 o'clock in the evening, so I want to make certain that the studio is clear. They can't record with me blathering on here, so I want to make certain everything is taken care of there. If you'd like to know more, and if you'd like to sign up, it's totally free, yes, but the National Weather Service would like to get a head count of how many people may be coming, so you are please asked to register at weather.gov/HUN. That, again, will give the National Weather Service personnel time to get everything ready to prepare for a certain number of folks that might show up for this. And there's going to be a whole bunch more. They may split the group and do another training session somewhere down the line. Now, this is the only meeting that we have so far for the News 12 viewing area. We are covered by 4 National Weather Service offices: Huntsville, Nashville, Knoxville, Morristown, and around Atlanta, Georgia. So we have to cover 4 different National Weather Service jurisdictions to keep track of when and where the Skywarn meetings will be taking place. This is an in-person event. A lot of people prefer that to get prepared for severe weather. If you don't have time to make any of the in-person meetings that are coming up, National Weather Service, again, will be offering from Morristown. This is a really neat page to go to find out more about learning to be a Skywarn spotter online. You get to take the course in your own time, at your own leisure, wherever you happen to be, with an internet connection to know more about what to look for. That's what Skywarn teaches you about safety and about what to report back to the National Weather Service. So if you'd like to be able to help everybody stay safe, the more people that are trained to watch what goes on around an area during severe weather and report that information back to the National Weather Service, that means the more people that can do that properly and help out, the better protected that we all are. That really means a lot. And if you'd like to take the course online, all you have to do is go to the National Weather Service in Morristown at weather.gov/MRX and sign up again for that. Take the course, study the information, pass the quiz, register with the National Weather Service as a Skywarn spotter, and you will be able to, again, get a lot of information and to really help everybody stay safe, if at all possible, out there. This is very important. Here's why this is quick information about why this is important on here. I just want to take you on a tour. National Weather Service, again, covers from Nashville, Morristown, Georgia, in Peachtree City, Atlanta, and National Weather Service Huntsville. These black shaded lines here, that is the News 12 coverage area. Now, just to take a look at our particular location here, we were just talking about this. This is DeKalb and Jackson counties in Alabama. So let's just say for a second that you are a spotter and your information says, I've just witnessed a wall cloud with a funnel cloud descending around the Henniger area, which seems to happen a lot for this particular location, moving to the northeast at about, let's say, 35 miles per hour. Well, that's the information that the National Weather Service can use to say, okay, this is where the storm is located, so we'll patch in on Henniger here in northeast Alabama, and then take the cone out to about, say, well, let's go 35 miles per hour, and then that area right there is where we can issue, well, not us particularly, but the National Weather Service can issue a tornado warning and say people in this location, again, it's spread out like not a parallelogram, but just a cone shape, because the storm here could go anywhere within this particular area. So if you live in any of these locations, on our storm track survey, these are the locations that may be affected by a tornado that is moving this particular way. So this is where your information can come in very handy. The National Weather Service can detect on radar what goes on inside of a storm, but the neat thing is your information could save a life where the National Weather Service radar may not see quite so properly because of all the heavier terrain around the area. It's a great opportunity for you to step in and help the National Weather Service, and by doing so, helping the rest of your community stay safe, to say, if this is where the storm is when you recorded it, then this is where the storm may be going, and this is why people in this area need to be paying attention and getting to safety. Now notice also, if we spread out on this just a little bit, if the storm stays on this particular track and keeps on going, that could take that right into Chattanooga proper. So again, this is why it pays to pay attention across the rest of severe weather season, which is what we're going to be getting into here very, very soon. And that is why Skywarn is so very, very important. So if you please would consider becoming a Skywarn spotter, that would really help. And make certain, again, that you sign up, study, pass the course, register, and please consider becoming a Skywarn spotter. I have seen Skywarn spotters as young as 6 or 7 years old. It's a really great opportunity to give kids a little bit more control over what feels like an uncontrollable situation. So it really does help on that. If you haven't gotten one yet, please consider getting a National Weather Service Weather Alert radio. It's more like a computer with a radio attached to it. They come in these desktop models. They come in handheld versions, which you can take with you out and about places. Batteries last very long. You can program these to pick up whatever warnings you want and whatever warnings you don't want, for that matter, for counties that you don't want to be covered over and see anything about. It's a great opportunity, again, to stay safe. Every school, every place of worship, every business, every daycare center, every home in America should have one of these, because it links you directly to the National Weather Service by radio waves. It's a very good opportunity, again, to make certain that this is a workable solution. And if you know anybody who is deaf or hard of hearing, the National Weather Service has options to make certain that you are able to understand what goes on. There are flashing lights, there are buzzers that can be attached to this system, that if anybody who is deaf or hard of hearing wants to hear the weather radio, this is a good opportunity to have this available to everybody, not just those of us who can hear. Anybody who has hearing problems, this is a good opportunity, and if you can spread the word about this, this would be really great, again, to make certain that everybody is covered over by this, to make certain that we are all protected. So please do so on that, if you would please be so kind. Not much coming up astronomically. Again, we mentioned the meteor shower, and again, the full wolf supermoon coming up. Taking the puppers for a walk in the morning. Probably not going to be looking at too much in the way of rain, but there will be clouds. Chilly, yes, but hopefully staying dry until we get done with the rest of Friday evening. taking the dog out for a walk tomorrow night, that could be a problem. Thanks to News 12 viewer Holly Pack from Hickson for our 1% list Scenic City dog walking forecast. Puppers, picture of the day, Mary and Cleo enjoying some time in front of the cabinet on a nice warm rug. Good place to be. And if you got pictures out there, please send them along to wdef.com/dogwalk. We would love to see what your pictures are out there of your puppers, your weather pictures, everything like that. What else am I forgetting? I know I should be saying something here. Overnight, this is one of our brand new forecasts here. Just decided to throw this together on New Year's Eve just for those who are going to be out and about late. Late night snack run if you're going to be going out into early morning portions of January 2nd. Again, it'll be on the chilly side, but it won't be totally frosty out there, and clouds will be sticking around from time to time, so we won't be seeing too much out there in the way of a major concern where it comes to the weather. I don't think did I include the breakfast? I think I might have. No, I did. Okay, good. Hang on here. If you're going out for breakfast in the morning, again, the clouds will be on the increase and a good opportunity, again, to leave the umbrella at home. No rainfall expected. Don't forget News 12's Chip Chapman. He's been taking the holidays off, but he'll be back tomorrow, Friday, January 2nd, if you'd like to tune in. On the News 12 morning show starts at 5 o'clock Eastern, so please stay tuned, and he'll have your complete forecast update there. One last look at what's going on around the area, at least, well, not exactly our area. For those, since we're rounding out the holiday season, this will be one of the last times tonight that we feature weather where the troops are. If you have friends or loved ones or family members that are stationed overseas, we try to bring you as much information as we possibly can to make certain that everybody knows a little bit more about what is going on. One way to, again, get a little closer to those who are stationed overseas is to keep track of what's going on with the weather. And we try to bring that to you as often as possible from Thanksgiving all the way through New Year's. And again, we are approaching the end of the holidays. We'll pretty much have wrapped it up with New Year's being today. So we're going to, again, put this to bed tonight. Might bring it back tomorrow. We'll see what goes on there. But in Iraq, temperatures in the 40s and 50s. Some showers reported around Mosul, Kirkuk, Sulaymaniyah, and some fog and haze around Baghdad and down toward Basra. Clear skies around Karbala, Najaf, and Nasiriyah. And again, a big thank you to all the American service personnel, no matter where you're stationed, for wearing the uniform of our country. Again, we'll bring you updates on this when possible during certain holidays, so stay tuned for that. And hopefully everybody had a safe and happy holiday season out there. So thanks a lot for everybody who participated with our Weather Where the Troops Are segment. That should do it for tonight, I think. We don't really have much of anything else going on. If you'd like to watch the replay on this, you can go to wdef.com/weather. Give me 1 second here. Bottom of the screen, right down here. This is a big moment. I've been on Twitter for, I can't count how many years, probably about 11 years now, give or take. And given the complete and total dumpster fire situation of the current social media status of Twitter and who's running it and who that person and persons stand for, I don't think it's meet or proper to be a part of that. So 3, 2, 1... and that's all taken care of. You can still find me on Discord, on Reddit, on Tumblr, on Counter Social, on Mastodon, on Instagram. No longer on Facebook, no longer on Twitter. Again, it just seems to be kind of hypocritical to be staying on Twitter at this point, considering what the situation is there. So I am ridding myself of Twitter and going to be sticking around with the other non-Twitter, non-Facebook sites to keep you updated on weather. Yes, that kind of limits us a little bit in some ways, but I think, again, that what the Twitter accounts represent and the person behind it specifically who has done so much damage, it's not really worth it, nor is it worthwhile, nor is it worthy to stay on a website run by a person who is just so anti so many things. So that's it for Twitter for me. I'm going to be, again, getting rid of all that tonight. Just deleted it just about an hour or so ago. So that is all pretty well taken care of. That should do it for Weather Overtime. Thanks for joining us on our Twitch and YouTube channels. Hope you had a wonderful holiday season. Hope it's quiet getting back to work as we head into next week. Again, Chip Chapman will have your complete forecast coming up on the morning show starting at 5 a.m. And, of course, I'll have your forecast going into Friday evening. Russell Stroud will be here for the weekend forecast, so stay tuned for that. Saturday and Sunday nights on News 12 at 11, both weekend nights. And, of course, you can always check us out online. My email address, aonek@wdef.com, if you have questions, concerns, complaints, if you must, absolutely. And again, this is our update for Thursday, January 1st. Thanks for joining us in the brand new year. We'll have more details coming up again throughout the rest of the week and the weekend, but that'll do it for our first edition of Weather Overtime, so stay tuned for more with News 12 tonight and, of course, into tomorrow and the weekend, and we'll be signing off again for Weather Overtime for right now. Thanks for joining us on this Thursday evening of a brand new year.